Websites.com.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show, coming live every weeknight at midnight Eastern, and we talk about guns for an hour. We're late tonight because we're trying to be corked by Never Enough Ammo show, and then they had a bunch of questions. They always have questions. So I had to answer a bunch of questions for them off air, and now we're able to go live with this show. So we're screen sharing here, and I just have a bunch of stuff open from earlier today. So let's talk about some projects that are out there that are Second Amendment related. We've got Walk the Talk America, which has been around for a few years now, started by industry people who, by happenstance or by coincidence, I don't know what the word is, they happen to have a conversation in an airport, and it led to the creation of an industry-based or industry or originated organization that focuses on mental health and the issues of mental health and firearms, and doing interesting things like talking to doctors and informing doctors of the concern that firearms owners would have with the perception of a mental health issue and the consequences with gun ownership. And if doctors, for example, weren't aware of that apprehension, imagine the the communication blocks that exist when either side doesn't realize the other has issues. So doing interesting things to educate and inform and cut some new ground. So we're glad to have them on board. They've been using these little rubber wristbands as their marketing or their kind of gizmo to hand out to people, which is clever, and it works, and it gets people wearing it, and it's on your wrist, so you see it. It's in pictures, and people see it out, sticking out of cuffs of shirts and stuff, jackets and things. But when you got big fat wrists like me, it doesn't work. So patches are a little easier, and that's one of the reasons we picked Walk the Talk for the 2A patch this year. We got GunTube. I was just logging in over there earlier. See, I don't think I'm still logged in, but if we go to browse videos, I posted I posted one video. I guess only one of them went up. The other one might still be waiting in a queue somewhere. But I posted a couple of videos over there today on guntube.org, Pro2A, Pro Gun video hosting platform. I guess I should have been dropping links in here. What am I doing? So, boom, go back to history and Walk Talk America. We'll drop these links. I see Bob's out there. Good evening. Erstwhile's out there. Welcome. So there's the Walk the Talk America link. Anybody's welcome to check that place out. If you know somebody who's, that ever comes up in a conversation or whatever, it's nice to know that these organizations are out there. You can search for them, grab the link, send them to your friend or whatever. We got Riding Shotgun with Charlie, an interviewer, 2A activist. He's a musician and an educator. He does some interesting stuff. He kind of went viral with some videos he was doing, and then used his growing influence or rise on YouTube to focus on 2A. And he created a second channel, calls it Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Keeps it separate from the music stuff, which the music stuff is also kind of gun focused. But he on this Riding Shotgun with Charlie project, he goes around interviewing people. Pretty neat. And next up is KD, or Kevin Dixie, from No Other Choice. He also has a project called Aiming for the Truth. And then a third project that is called the Train and Learn. And these are projects that are boots on the ground or grassroots, however you want to say, community-based, working with human beings, not just theoretical online or shifting money around or resources or anything like that, but actual end result, end of the line where the rubber hits the road. And has the kind of experience and what's the word? Dang, I can't think of the word. But experience, I guess, to be effective and really impressive. Plus, he can straddle over and then take the, I guess, concerns or issues of places that he's been and is able to get himself and those positions and those ideas to other places, SHOT Show, industry events, gun rights policy. It's all kinds of, he's all around and capable. Good dude. Tony Simon, another good dude, a Marine, New Jersey, doing a couple of 3 projects as well. The 2A4E diversity shoot. He also does a Minuteman Challenge and podcasts, Second Amendment advocacy, shows up at events and petitions for awareness and boots on the ground in New Jersey, where every turn, every person who becomes aware of firearms is an advocate, is another ally. Jared over at Guns and Gadgets, giant YouTube channel who's growing based on his efforts and his focus on Second Amendment, not just on a particular region or area of interest or state or group, but really running the gambit. And he's collecting I can't even imagine his Rolodex of contacts. So he's becoming an awesome resource. Skip's Tactical, mom, and a veteran or actual, what do you call them? Are they veterans? Active duty. But a knowledgeable firearms instructor, and then again, a Second Amendment advocate, but also a podcaster and kind of a jack of all trades and master of many, really. And again, reaching out there, offering instruction to people who I don't think other people would be as effective getting the message across to them. I've had the opportunity to see her train, and she's definitely professional, capable, and obviously experienced. Next, we got the Connecticut Citizens Defense League. The whole point of this was to drop links. What's the last one I dropped there? I didn't check them with Charlie, so dang, I got a whole bunch here. I got to go back and grab a diversity shoot. How about Guns and Gadgets? And then we already got Snoop. We dropped Skip also, dang. So let's go back and drop the link to Skip's. Part of the project is to get resources out to people, but the other part of the project is an excuse to get links out there. The spider web is more effective when it's got lots and lots of anchor points. It's got lots of cross places and taking up 3-dimensional space so it can interfere with the flies or whatever, the other bugs. When we're talking stuff online, we're not trying to catch bugs, we're trying to catch eyeballs, we're trying to catch search engines' attention. So the more anchor points, the more cross connections we can have, the more dense that net is, then the more probable the search engines, the spiders, that's why they call them that, are going to find what you're looking for. And the more people that we have, the more allies we have, the more boots on the ground, technically, or I guess not literally, but the more fingers we have on the keyboards, I guess, the more legit we can be. Bloomberg can't pay for what we have the ability to do. So part of this, the reason I'm dropping these links is to get those links out there and to get myself and others into the habit of creating these links. This is how we sew the internet together. When you watch somebody sew something out of, I guess, wool, or I don't know, just sew stuff out of glutens, and with them 2 sticks, and they're sitting there whittling or weaving or whatever it's called, it looks like they're never going to finish nothing. And when it's all done, you got a giant blanket or a coat or some kind of cool cape or whatever. And, you would never know it from the actual work being done. So that's what we're doing here is the work. These little clicks and these little copies and these little pastes all add up, especially if everybody was doing them. We'd have the kind of net that no anti-gunner could ever navigate through. The big project, the one I'm super stoked to have on board and honored to be able to help is the DC project. 50 ladies from 50 states do more. Well, they go to DC once a year. They would be there this year or this month in July normally. And they would team up into smaller groups and they would spend, I think, a couple of days meeting with representatives. And fortunately, because of the panic and the stuff, they're not traveling and they're not available to meet with the ladies. The representatives are too scared to show up and meet with the representatives of the DC project, but I'm sure they can get ready for next year. And they have all kinds of other projects underway, things at the state level and education. I believe their their logo or their motto is education over legislation. So got the hiccups now. Education is a big pillar in their project. We're going to learn a lot more from them, I hope, in the future here. And then I guess we're looking at the Patch Batch where we've been introducing the different members of. So again, thanks everybody. I think I'll throw a link out there just to I did put the DC project. Okay, I'll throw this link out there just to complete it. And I have the hiccups. I don't know what just happened, but I felt like a golf ball just came up from my stomach. Not like vomit, just like annoying pressure came up from my stomach and stuck about halfway in my craw, and now it's slowly going back down, making it impossible to talk. I had to yawn, I guess. All right, well, so I guess I'll throw a link out there to the chat if anybody wants to join in. I kind of started the show out today with an introduction to some of the projects that we're going to be working with, or we are working with on the 2A Patch Batch over there. But I also have this open, so I'm going to be drawing some stuff tonight. If anybody's got a request for another Wolverine patch, maybe write it in here and let's see what happens. If it's stupid or weird, I'm not going to do it, but if it's good or awesome, then I will do it. We got a link out there, so if you want to join in, feel free, and that's what this is all about. We get together every single weeknight. It's no big deal, just every single weeknight for the last 1,117 nights or whatever it is. And we talk about guns. We keep a focus on our passions, our interests, and not necessarily the news of the day. This isn't programming. This is an opportunity to have a conversation. So I'm going to shut up here pretty quick because I don't like just chatting, especially when it only says there's 5 people out there and nobody's saying nothing in the chat. So maybe it'll be over. It'll be the most boring 15-minute Daily Gun show ever. But maybe everybody will start joining in or saying stuff and we'll get going. Anyway, nobody's saying anything, so what am I going to do? Over here. Open this up. Put it over here so it's private. Thank you very much. Put it over here. You can look at this screen, but I don't want you looking at this screen over here. I guess everybody left. Am I being corked? I feel like I'm being corked right now. Oh, man. I'm being corked again. On a Wednesday? I feel like that's not just rude. Who would be corking me on a Wednesday? I know who it is. I know who's corking me on a Wednesday. I know exactly who it is. We're going to find out right now. You got to go over here, and then you got to click on subscriptions. I was assuming it was going to be roll call, but I don't see him doing it, so maybe he's not. Or maybe my subscription thing is broken. Could be. I just don't know it. Oh, I forgot about Crumb's show. Did he have a show? I was over on Matt's show. I do not know who Stephanie Schaefer is. So I'm going to have to watch this show. An hour. So I went a full hour with her.
My single issue of Liberty.
I've got 5 important things I need to say. How to say them from the beginning.
Oh, DC Project from Nebraska.
Yeah, right.
Her husband being.
We know people from Nebraska. All right, so that's John Crump. I don't know if he's watching. He's usually sleeping by now. Oh, what the hell just happened? Oh, you can't look at the code. You can't look at the code. You people aren't supposed to look at the code. Okay, there we go. You can watch Crump's thing if you want later and find out about Stephanie, who is the DC Project representative from Nebraska, it sounds like. All right. Still got no suggestions. Good evening. So I'm going to keep digging in over here. I'm going to run some kind of rule from now on. If I get like, well, that's right, he's on that boat in Cincinnati. He's in WKRP territory. I'm going to go with some sort of rule here. If I've gone like 5 times and nobody's chatting, I'm out of here. Like, I got other things I can be doing. I really don't care about doing a show that gets a bunch of ratings or doing a show that's awesome or nothing. It's about keeping a conversation going. And I'm not interested in just sitting here talking. It feels weird as shit talking to a wall. I do not like it. All right. So, looking for something here. I'm looking for something. There you go. I'm counting. There's one. Creepy as hell, yawning to the internet. You know, there's other things I could be doing online. Oh, snap. That would be a good one. I don't think I could do that very good. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Oh, I have another one I could do too. So if nobody's going to come up with nothing, I'm going to come up with my own. I'm going to open up another window, go over here, and try this. I haven't done one of these since the beginning of doing patches back in the olden days. When did I first get that machine? 17? I've done this for only 3 years. Seems like longer now. There's 2. It was a long one, but it was the second one. 3 more, I'm out of here. Which way to go? I kind of do like this one. It's right off the boat. I like this one even better. Do you like this one? I think I want this one. So, copy. How do I just copy? Like that. Go over here. Do this. Nope. Go up here. And add a couple of layers. Go in here. There we go. So just go in here. See? Now, gotta keep them straight and put this. Make this one C, I guess, then. And none of that mattered. Oh, crap. Nobody's in here, so I think everybody just left, so I don't know what the deal is. Everybody's like, I'm watching something else. 2017 is too difficult of a show to watch or whatever. Based on bugs. Oh, like what's his face? I just got done doing what's his name? Elmer. Oh, there's number 3. Technically, I should recount that as 1, maybe. I just got done doing FUD. The problem with FUD is that yellow color of his clothes. I don't have that in a good color. I don't have that in a good thread. I only have it in this like shitty thread I got from Germany before I knew it was good. And it breaks. It sucks. It sucks butts. It's a technical term. And yeah, I don't like using it. And I think I made 3, and they literally took like forever. Pretty sure I had a timer going, and it was like forever. So I'm sick of making the FUDs, I guess is what I'm saying. The Bugs Bunny would be gray, so that would be a lot easier. And he's skinny, so that would be less threads, right? So that's good too. All right, so now I'm going to try, I guess, low. So who cares really? And that works. And we'll expand. That's weird. I made it weird. weird thing. So now I'm going to go in here and ungroup it because whenever it expands, it tries to make it one thing. So now we're going to go in and choose both of those colors. I'm going to say select everything with the same fill color and delete it. Maybe delete it. And then I guess I have to do the same thing here. Select same fill color and then delete. Why isn't it? I guess you can't do more than one at a time. Select same fill color, delete. Or maybe there's just that many fill colors like that. See fill color? Yeah, there is. Dang. So I'm just start getting rid of some of this. That's really bad. So you see what happened there? They're making this, think of it as like paint by number or something. So they made these two weird splotches on top of a third splotch. So what you really kind of got to do is go in here and grab that splotch, and that splotch. Well, actually, I should take these two splotches and make them one. Then take that pink thing and that and cookie cutter. Boom. So now I cookie cuttered that shit out of there. All right. So now, oh, look what I did though. Ooh, that did not work. So I have to undo and try something else. So what if I just make that white? It's a shortcut. It'll work for some people. Delete that, delete that, delete. Great. Oh, see what's happening down here? Same thing. All right, so I'm going to do this. I can delete that. I can delete that. And that. So we'll put those together. One thing, and I guess pink and black, and cut. Nope. Oh, you know what though? Dang it. So pink and black cut, and then go to layers and shove this dome layer back to the bottom. Maybe that's all it is. That's all it was. All right, so now we'll go back to this. And the pink right next to it, right there. And cut. Cookie cutter it. And now that's why it's weird. We'll just shove this back to the back. And we're good. So now we got dude doing his thing. I'm missing a whisker, so I'll copy and paste that. Yeah. Paste that. Shove it. Yeah. Do a little bit of that. A little bit of that. That's good enough. And now what's going on here? So we'll take, let's see, why don't we grab all of that, go over here to the thing and choose knife, and we will just cut his arm off. It's no big deal. And then we'll go over here and see if we can't take all the stuff we just cut off, jam it on here in such a way as if to, grab it on there, and then come back down here, and take that knife again, just do a little bit more surgery. Maybe we'll cut this, something like that. We go. Grab that, pull this over here, do this, maybe mirror it, just because why not? Reflect. Did that work? Kind of worked. It ain't perfect, but it'll kind of work right there. Oops. So kind of jam in right here. Drop it under. Or is it already under? It already is kind of under. Now it's definitely under. And we'll just try stretching it and see what happens. What happens if we just stretch it a little bit? And squish it. So we stretched and squished just a little bit. And, he's too little still. So we're going to go in here and take all of that and put it over here somehow. That don't look too bad already. And now we can go to here. All right, we're going to take all of that and we're going to put it over there. And then we miss that hand. So And we'll do all that and group it because we don't need to modify this anymore, just make it bigger. How big would it be? About as big as his hand? That's about right. So we'll put that around there. And we'll take another look at this. All right. Yeah. So grab all of these. We'll grab all of these. And oh, look at how close that is. That is so effing close. We'll grab all of that and we'll shift it just a little bit. You know what we're going to do? We're going to drop it under the rest of this business. And now we'll take this and flip the knife to an eraser and just erase the parts. No big deal. And go back over here and erase the top of that so it's a little rounded. Figure out what the heck that thing is. Zoom in. What is this little piece? I guess it's part of that, so we're going to erase it. Also, zoom back out, and that's pretty darn close. So we'll go back to here, we'll grab that eraser, and we'll just smooth that like it never happened. That's a little bit too much, so we'll undo, and yeah, that's pretty good. It sort of bounced back on us, so it's trying to help. All right, so now we'll take that and group it, and now all we really have is two things, this and this guy. And the way that it worked before, it looked like these things are actually about the same size or scale, so we'll just leave it like that. And we might have to stretch the arm a little, or we make him a little bigger still. Make him a little bigger still, right? And now if we make this arm a little bigger, maybe a little bit wider, we can adjust it to right there. And erase the tail over here. We don't need more. Undo, undo. Get this tool out of here. We don't want that anymore. So this is the pointer tool. It's just basically like a handle to grab stuff. So we're going to grab that. It's selected. Now we're going to go to the eraser while it's still selected and delete all this crap off. We don't want any of that, so we'll remove it. And now it's and now we have a much shorter little arm piece there that is not sticking out the back. All right, so we're pretty close. I think it's a little bit big actually. That guy down a little bit. A little closer, right? And then we'll go in and look at this hand. Why don't we take this knife? It's not a knife. Why don't we take this eraser and turn it into a knife? And why don't we just cut his fingers off? It's no big deal. Just cut his fingers off. And we have to ungroup it. So just because we cut his fingers off, they're still connected. So we'll ungroup it. Now we should be able to take these fingers and move them up a little bit. Look at that. We'll go back to this and flip that knife. Well, this is a knife, I guess. I was going to flip it to an eraser, but I can just as easily. Yeah, I'm going to make an eraser. So we're going to highlight all of this again and erase. And we'll just erase the edges. So it looks like his palm is holding the thing and his thumb is coming up. And get rid of whatever that is. So this must be from somewhere else. And all right, so hopefully that looks more like a hand holding it than it did before. And keeping in mind that this is really just a template for an embroidery file, right? So here we go. You say oh, I should probably drop that to 50% or so. Oh. Actually, no, I don't need to drop this. So we'll go back to unlock it, go back to 100%. Because that's the thing. I don't know anybody who is going around calling themselves Bug Bunny, right? All right. So what happens if I open up this? Let's just stop screen sharing. Show me secrets in case there's secrets that pop up that I'm not familiar with and I don't remember. I'm going to save this while you're not looking. Save it. Okay, and then I can. Oh, that's another one. There's 4. Out of here. Yeah, I don't want to show you any of this stuff. So we're going to go over here and open up a blank one, and then you can look. Now it's okay for you people. Yeah. Boom. All right, so I guess I could close this a little bit. I need to go back to here and export a picture. I don't think I'm giving anything away. I might be giving a couple of things away. Don't look. Don't look. Quit looking. Don't look. I'll put it over here. You can't see. Pink. And export. All right. And now I got a little GIF of pink. And now I can go over here and open. This isn't the fastest software. Let's see. Where is it at? Oh, here it comes. All right, it's over. It is over. Nobody's jumping in. Nobody's saying nothing. I've been abandoned here. And I feel like I've been abandoned on the moon or Mars or some shit like that. And yeah, there's not any food or whatever, and I just yawned up my last bit of food. Where is this shit? Here. It actually slows me down a lot, dude. Can you imagine how much I'm slowed down here because I'm saying everything? I don't normally say everything to myself. I'm looking for empty, I think it's called. Is it this? Yes. All right. So I don't have to start over from scratch every time. I start with that, and then I go to artwork, open that image. Boom, boom, and did I pick the wrong one? Yes, I picked one that is 4,000 by 6,000, which is a little bit too big for this software. So we have to artwork, open, and edit. And resize it to smaller. Save that as a different name. Where's the stuff? So we just opened it and shrunk it down and saved a copy of that shrunk down version, and I called it small. So open up small. And that's a little easier for the software to digest, and even now it takes a minute to open it. So it wants to start dead center, which is right there, and it has a little wider than 2 inches, so we're gonna bring it down to where its width is about 2 inches on the dot, maybe a hair over, and what do you know? Boom, because everything is starting from the same files. That AK pretty much matches up. But I am tired. I'm tired, and although saying stuff while I'm working makes me stay awake, it slows me down. So I'm sitting here not listening to the radio or anything and kind of working at, I don't know, a snail's pace, it seems like. So I appreciate Ozzy out there joining us tonight, and feel free to jump in here if you want. Otherwise, I'm going to shut it down. I got to go to the bathroom anyway. Do I have anything to drink there? I do have some stuff to drink, but nobody's saying anything. Like I say, I'm really not here to hear myself talk. I don't have anything profound to say. All I can do is open up a room and offer a place to have conversation that is not the same old, same old. So with that, I want to say thanks to the people that did join us again tonight, and for the people that keep us going. We just started another month over at Patreon. Is when they charge your Patreon subscription or whatever you want to call it at the end of the month. So today or whenever, yesterday, today, sometime now, they are charging about 200, a little under 200 people now. It used to be well over 200. We lost quite a few people with all the craziness, and people, don't like what we're doing or something. So we're under 200, but those people got charged for last month. So they're getting charged for what we did in June. And we did some stuff. We should probably put it into a newsletter, but I'm going to open it up over here. Posted it over on the Patreon a little bit earlier, and I was like, oh, you know what? That would be a nice little newsletter to go out. Very sick. Now, you don't owe me money for 6th Lawn, but I feel like I'm definitely on overtime. All right, so got the patch badge for gun channels, even though that was a failure. We put it up and got it out there. That took some time. We got the $2 for $2A video series set up 2 months ago, and those just ended. Was those going up on Tuesday? I forgot what day they were going up. Thursday. Those just ended. The last one went up, so we're going to schedule some conversations with the people who might have taken us up on that concept of spending $2 on something, some kind of 2A content creator. And I can tell you, those 200 people that help us do our thing are, well, they're putting in more than $2, I think, on average. But 200 people, $2, that's $400. That's nothing to sneeze about. That's not just bills. That's paying for some serious infrastructure for your projects. Anyhow, so that was an interesting sort of thing I came up with. I don't know if it's interesting. It's a thing I came up with, and I'm interested to find out if anybody thought it was worth it, if they're going to continue to do it. Let's see, we got gun calendars. Of course, we do the calendar itself, but then we also post videos as often as possible, early mornings, to have something to talk about that day. So if it's at the range of the gun shop or the gun show or schoolwork or church or something like that, you've got something that starts your day with some gun firearms related to a history. And if you know stuff that we're missing on our calendar, let us know. It's always interested in making sure the calendar is as full as possible with Second Amendment history. To that end, we have the gun calendar. We have the Shooter's Almanac, which is the Instagram companion to the gun calendars. So over on Instagram, it's a visual thing, and whenever possible, thanks to our Patreons, we're able to spend some time occasionally putting together infographics, not really memes, but graphical representations of whatever the anniversary or the situation is that we're acknowledging on the gun calendars. And there's twofold for that. One, to create the images so we have them for the website so that the website looks better than just text, but also so that we have somebody that's out there being active and it's pursuing everything on a normal Instagram account would pursue, right? It's kind of, we use it to thumb up or to like other things. We leave comments from that account. And at the same time, it gets a lot of subscriptions coming to it. And as it grows, we're going to be able to hopefully track the people that are interested in some of the history and stuff. So that one's a little different than the calendars, where I can do the calendars typically in a couple of days, put them up, set them up, and then record them. And then once they're recorded, depending on how many there are in a month, it'll take, it takes like a while to upload, let's say 20 something, 25 daily videos. But then it takes a while to link all those things up, to do what our purpose is. And it's not to offer videos that people looking for or thirsty for. Just something to archive our Second Amendment history. So when people in the future who might need that info go to search for it, there's more than one place that they'll be finding. And setting it up on a massive search engine, on a massive platform like YouTube, hopefully it can inspire something, can spark some interest, and get somebody who may not have been interested in firearms, but may be super ambitious and able, maybe get them working on a firearms related project. So it's a big scope, but it can't be done scheduled. It can't be, at least we don't pay anybody to do that for us. So that's not daily, but it can be, a daily effort to monitor if any posts need to be posted. And then depending on the day, sometimes that can take a while to post a bunch of them. Anyway, the Shooter's Almanac is a new project, started in the beginning of this year, started on January 1st, and it's really interesting. I always kind of thought about how cool it would be if I could do a playlist or something and have all the Instagram history things on the big channel, on the gun website's Instagram page. If I could have those all filter out or sort. And it allows you to do that, but in a private way. It's not something that I can share, or it's not something that anybody else could browse. It's just for my own interest or whatever, or my own archives, I guess. So instead we opened up, instead of trying to fight that, we just opened up another channel. Opening up Instagram channels only requires an email. And since you can get emails all over the place, it's basically, you can set up as many accounts as you want. So let's keep going. We got the mini revolver book, finished it, working on looking for a publisher with that. We got this show. Of course, I don't keep track of how many episodes, but there's been some epic ones. And then the Mayor's Leg has been an epic journey of trying to get rid of that thing to Illinois. So, had a lot of stuff happen. I think I'm going to post that into a newsletter, see how that works. But with that, I think I'll wrap it up. It's just been a lot of chatting tonight, and I get bored. And again, that's not my goal here, is not to have a speech every night. It's to have a conversation, and Ozzy's the only one even kind of chatting. So if everybody's getting either pounded with the rain, which I guess is possible, or if you're just sleepy because it's late, have a great night. And we will, there's Sincere saying hello. Again, unless there's something else, I'm getting kind of tired too. So I guess at this point, we'll wrap it up, and we'll be back tomorrow. Again, this isn't something that's gonna, we're not gonna get discouraged if there's low viewership or whatever. It's a conversation. It's like having a gun show, or a table at a gun show, or a place at the range, that maybe a snack bar at the range, or a place you can get something to drink after you're done shooting. It doesn't matter if there's 6 or 8 people at the range, or if there's 68 people at the range. We're still going to have the range, right? We're still going to have that place to get together and chat after a day of shooting. And that's what this is all about. So we'll be back same time tomorrow. Be back, pick up later.